and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dream possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping doors in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beers, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the A&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is On the Block with Strickland Austin.
Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Erick Strickland. Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. This is On the Block with Strickland Austin.
Welcome to it on a beautiful Wednesday in the capital city. I'm Austin Norman, joined, of course, by the Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA vet, Erick Strickland. Stricky, baby, what's going on?
What's up with it? It is a good day to be here and to be live here at 10-0, well, 11-0, 10:40.
Between 10th and 11th,
yeah.
on
O Street. Man, it feels so good outside. Bob and crew, Heavenly Waffles came in. My stomach is right. I'm motivated. I'm feeling good.
You got the last ones.
Man.
You got here just in time.
Just in time, my boy. I was pressing. I had some meetings this morning, and I was glad. I had texted him. I was like, please just put me something aside. But the grits and stuff was awesome. I wish you guys could come down. You know, he's here usually on Wednesdays.
8 to 11.
8 to 11. Great stuff, man. If you ever can come down and you just want a nice brunch style meal, man. The dual sausage with the grits and the new what was the new one?
The cinnamon apple.
Cinnamon apples popping.
You know
when
what?
that comes out, it's gonna be a firestorm for that.
What you need to do is give Chef Bob your grits recipe. Get the Stricky and Heavenly Waffles collaboration going.
The goulash.
Yeah.
I might hit him up with some goulash.
Yeah. Not that Chef Bob needs the help, but get the collaboration going.
No, yeah, we can make it happen.
Big shout out to Chef Bob with Heavenly Waffles again, 8 to 11 on Wednesdays. Tricky, it's also Wednesday, which means Mary Ellen's is back open down at 29th and Pine Lake, open through the weekend. Definitely stop down there either before Nebraska, Wisconsin tomorrow or after. Hopefully it's a celebratory plate that Charles and his crew will fix for you down there again at 29th and Pine Lake here in Lincoln. If you eat too much Mary Ellen's, it's very hard to do because you will, not want to stop eating it, right? You can't ever get enough. You might start looking like Patrick Mahomes. Strick, we have a new question that we have to break down. Does Patrick Mahomes have a dad bod? That's the question.
That's a good question, and we would definitely pose that question to you guys as well. But when I saw the pictures that I've seen, well, first of all, when I look at him in his football uniform, you could tell he looks frumpy. Like he looks very dumpy, and I don't even know. He kind of, I guess, maybe cartoonish way that I can see it is SpongeBob.
Okay.
SquarePants.
Okay.
He's got a very boxy body.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of do in a way, but I mean, it's much curves to it. But that picture didn't do him any service. The Twitter picture that we saw. Yeah.
We are in the process of retweeting it at On the Block 93.7. And here's the thing: I don't want to joke too much because Patrick Mahomes, number one, doesn't need any fuel on the fire, right? To get motivated, doesn't need any bulletin board material. But Strick, it's just wild to look at Patrick Mahomes, who's the greatest quarterback on the planet, already in the discussion for top 10 quarterbacks of all time, what he's done in his first 6 years in the league, and even his whole life in front of him, and we're making fun of his dad bod. Like, it's not even like that bad. It's just a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little much.
He had fun with it on Twitter as well. But it just goes to show that, number one, it's hard to be like a top 1% athlete in the world. Like Patrick Mahomes, I'm sure, is an elite athlete. He just doesn't look the part. But there's more to being an elite athlete than meets the eye.
If you know, you know. That's probably a little too old for if you know what I just did and you're listening, 402-464-5685. A little point action to a little spot, and that little voice and sound comes out. You know what that is. But listen, for me, he when I think about it, right? Let me throw this out. 402-464-5685 also. Check this out. Out of all the times in sports, who is it that you can name that had the crazy dad bods? I'm going to throw one out. John Kruk.
Oh, yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
John Kruk.
Mm-hmm.
Right? John Daly. We'll stay with the Johns. Right? Dad bods. We want to know who yours are. 402-464-5685. We'll talk about it. We'll throw yours out there on the air at some point in time before we get out of here in this first segment. But that's what I thought when it came to me. Who out there has got the dad bods?
Prince Fielder went far beyond dad
no
bod.
question.
That doesn't even count.
No question.
Like, that's way beyond.
Does Big Papi fit in it?
Probably.
That's why the name Big Papi?
I think so.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Papi.
Out of shape James Harden.
Oh. Boy, the memes, the internet is undefeated when it came to the memes on the James Harden stuff we used to see.
Well, and even remember John Wall showing up to Team USA training
camp? Oh,
yeah.
The face. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Looked like a crazy guy.
That was good stuff.
People are throwing out Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh.
Especially late career Ben Roethlisberger when he had like the lumberjack beard.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see Big Ben. What about you? Who else out there for you? Give me one. Give me one or two.
I mean, the name that comes to mind is Jared Lorenzen, hefty lefty from Kentucky. But I think that was even further than that. I'm trying to think. We talked about him yesterday. Kenneth Lofton Jr.
I was going to say him.
Yeah.
What about refrigerator
Perry?
Would you say? Or that's just a big body?
See,
that's big polar bear.
Defensive linemen are so hard to gauge, right? Yeah. And you see offensive linemen too, where they have to have the gut, right? Because they're eating so much, try to keep that weight on. And then they look like they're, top 1% athletes in the world when they're done. Because they shed that weight so quickly.
So what about the old school Sean Kemp?
Yeah.
Cleveland Cavs Sean Kemp.
Round mound to rebound?
Ooh, Charles Barkley.
Was Chuck ever cut?
No, never. Well, in Auburn, he actually was kind of, he was slim and trim. Okay. But he still was kind of, hefty, but in Auburn in early 76er days, he was kind of hefty, but boy, oh boy, he got thick with it.
Late Shaq?
Late Shaq for sure. For sure, late Shaq. Son's Shaq,
yep.
Yeah.
Luka?
Luka, yes, for sure, Luka. Absolutely, absolutamundo. We definitely can't throw KD in that.
No.
You can't throw him.
He's almost too far on the other end of the spectrum here.
The stick figure. Oh! Jordan P. Yes, sir.
Yep.
He was
The
my
original
teammate.
point forward.
He was my teammate.
Mhm.
Yeah. And you know who I'm going to throw out there? He had this nickname. We called him Big Chunky.
Oh, no.
Antoine Walker.
Oh, no, Twan.
Twan Walker.
Nah.
Big Chunky. We called Twan Big Chunky. Yeah, we used to wonder how did Twan do what he do with that body. We used to have to try to figure it out. Big Chunky. Yeah. I don't know.
Did he use that as motivation, or he was just like, nah, I'm cool with it?
I mean, he just knew. I mean, what could he say?
Well, what he can say is, I'm going to get in shape and not be big chunky anymore.
Yeah. Kenny Wilhite says Paul Pierce. Yeah. Like, I used to wonder how Paul beat people, but he had the slow man game.
He was kind of like the best version of Kyle Anderson in some ways.
Yeah, man. I was like, how is he getting this off? And he just would every time. Just couldn't do nothing about it. I would say Brad Miller too.
Okay.
Brad Miller was one that comes to mind when I think about that on the basketball side. Who else? Let's see. Baseball.
We have one from football, Eddie Lacy.
Ooh.
I would throw Trent Richardson into that conversation too. Colts Trent Richardson.
Would you throw in Jamarcus Russell?
I'm glad you didn't say Lawrence.
I almost said it.
I know.
You saw to think about that.
I know you're thinking about
it. Almost. It almost hit me. You guys are killing it, man. You guys are absolutely
Hey,
flying.
Mike Sweeney, come on now. Put some respect on Mike Sweeney's name.
Now, Chuck Liddell, I don't know. Would you say Chuck Liddell?
Let me get a refresher quick here.
Let me see. Would Brock Lesnar fit in there? No. He was kind of cut. Brock was kind of cut.
Chuck Liddell.
Chuck was
cut for a while.
Chuck was good
like,
for a
he
while.
gained
He's
a dad
old.
bod, but nah. Chuck Liddell's in now.
Would you throw in John big what's my guy's name? Wrestler. He used to hit the beers.
Oh, Stone Cold
Steve Austin. Would you throw Stone Cold in that?
The last handful of years, yeah. But again, young Stone Cold wasn't not ripped.
No?
I mean, he was like less ripped than The Rock, but he had that persona, right?
Yeah. Was it just the beer persona that threw it off?
We got a good one here. Karsten Charles Sabathia.
Oh, there's no question.
CC Sabathia.
CC Sabathia.
Yep.
No question. CC. No question. CC Sabathia. I used to wonder how he threw that hard.
Tractor Trailer.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Robert Tractor Trailer.
Uh-huh.
He had that name for a reason. Big Baby. Clint Davis is the follow-up to Big Chunky.
There it is.
Big Chunky Jr.
The spiritual successor.
Yes, buddy. Oh, no joke. Man, you guys are killing it, man. You guys got me rolling here today.
Jerome Bettis.
Jerome Bettis.
Thanks, Josh, on YouTube for that.
But Jordan P., he hit one for sure. Ray Felton. Raymond Felton for sure. And you can count Cal Lowry in with him. Big dumpy booty. He had
He's got that big dumper.
Big dumper. Yeah. Just and you know what? We get this is a nickname, and I know you're not going to know this nickname, but we used to call him Big Draws. His name was Big Draws. He played for the Dallas Mavericks. He played for the Detroit Pistons. Old school. He had that. There's two of them. One we've had on the show also. But I'm talking about Rick Mahorn.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And Mark Aguirre. Mark Aguirre. He had just that big old dumper just sit down on you, and you couldn't do nothing about it.
Work it back in the post.
Just couldn't do nothing about it. You just gonna have to take that.
Anthony Mason.
Anthony was he was cut, but he was dumpy. It was the weirdest thing. He was cut, he was dumpy.
Was he a cut dumpy guy or a dumpy cut guy?
So we had a call.
Ooh, okay.
Let's get on it.
He hung up. He just brought the names in.
Oh, he dropped some name. What you got?
Tony Gwynn, maybe the best pure hitter of the last 50 years.
No doubt.
And then Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt.
Big Hurt was dad bod. But then he got on the commercials and started trying to trim up a little bit. But go ahead.
Did you see Fox put out a rest in peace Frank Thomas thing?
No.
And Frank Thomas had to come out on Twitter and say, "Hey guys, I'm still here.
I'm still here, guys." Oh.
Kirby Puckett.
Definitely Kirby Puckett. My gosh, yes, sir.
Greg
Kirby
Ostertag.
Puckett. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know about G. Ostertag. I think he might have been. Yeah. I think you could probably throw him in the group.
I'm going to throw out kind of an off the cuff one. Dave Winfield. He always talked about getting out of basketball shape into baseball shape.
I'd have to look at him because he was long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'd have to go back and look at some tape on that just to kind of throw that out there.
Russell Wilson, dad bod or no?
Thanks, Josh Nielsen on the YouTube stream. Thanks for giving us that information. We're glad we were able to get that worked out. Okay. Who else?
Someone saying Sammy Sosa?
No. I can't concur on that one.
Bartolo Colon.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Someone saying Draymond?
You know what? I might have to low-key
low?
agree. I might have to low-key agree with that. I might have to low-key agree with Draymond.
Jokic?
Somebody said Rico.
Oh, okay. No, this Craig said Rico, he said Nick, and he said VJ.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, Raider fan has one. His name came up earlier in the week, Stricky. Boris Diaw.
Yes. Him, Kyle Anderson, they kind of both all fit in that.
Low-key Sean Marion, too.
No.
By the end of his career? Yeah. Matrix was not nearly as good a shape.
Okay.
At the end of things.
At the end.
Oh,
Did Jalen Brunson fit in that group? Does Jalen Brunson fit? And you know, like Rico's not going to go
Kyle
for
Lowry kind of.
I think Jalen Brunson's kind of. Wait a minute now. I don't know. Yeah, you guys are great.
Lance Lynn,
Who's
pitcher for the White Sox and the Dodgers.
Huh.
Mark Burley.
You rolling with Mark Burley?
Mark Burley.
Wow.
There was it John Danks, I think is his name.
Somebody said Horace Grant. Horace Grant was slim and trim. I don't know if I can go with, but definitely Ellis in Illinois. Fernando, that is a name. He had the screwball. Like, I don't even know if people have stolen a screwball since him.
No one's had the feel for it.
I don't think nobody's had the feel for it. Fernando Valenzuela, he had one of them nasty pitches, man. High kick. Oh, but another high kicker, what's his name from Florida? Had the funny left-handed high kick.
Oh, Dontrell Willis.
Dontrell Willis. He was frumpy.
D-Train.
He was frumpy.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I could go with D-Train.
Someone's saying Pablo Sandoval, Big Panda, or Kung Fu Panda. Yep.
Oh, man, Babe Ruth. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The name and the candy is there for a reason. Baby Ruth. Baby Ruth?
Sebastian Jankowski, the kicker.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Icky Woods.
I don't know. Icky was kind of thick.
Thicky Woods?
Thicky Woods. Yeah.
Oh, Jabba Chamberlain.
For sure. Jabba, and if you're listening, we love you.
Oh, yes.
You're one of us.
Nothing but love.
Nothing but love. We still love you. Wow.
Keep your dad bod athletes rolling, and we'll get to a few more here throughout the show. But we got a lot to get to here in the show. This is not exactly where I saw that conversation going, but text line, y'all are absolutely on fire. Since I'm going to be gone, Strick, I do want to dive a little bit into Nebraska, Wisconsin.
Let's get it.
They've had some interesting games in this series, especially recently. Do you give Nebraska a chance against number 6 Wisconsin at home? We'll dive into that next here on The Block.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Vershawn Jackson, the captain here for The Body Shop. And man, did they hook me up with a great massage recently. The captain has a lot of stress in his life, as many people do. And for 1 hour, it was all relieved. The team at The Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage that hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a little patchy fog possible this morning. Otherwise, mainly sunny and warm. We'll see a high near 62. Tonight, mainly cloudy with the low near 37. And tomorrow, probably sunny to mostly cloudy skies expected, but still warm. We'll see a high around 60. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clicker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Junior Achievement at Lincoln inspires and prepares today's young dreamers to be tomorrow's goal breakers, leaders, and things we haven't even imagined yet. Help more kids while having a great time at the JA Bowl-a-thon. Sign your team up and raise money to ensure the educational programs focused on financial literacy, career readiness, and entrepreneurship are always free to thousands of students. The JA Bowl-a-thon is February 16th and 17th at Parkway Lanes and Hollywood Bowl. Register at lincoln.ja.org.
Letting your children know you believe in them will go a long way toward making their dreams a reality. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. It's important to celebrate learning, focus on the positives, reinforce good effort and determination. Children need your encouragement and support. Our public schools want every student to succeed.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here on the block. Austin Norman and Erick Strickland with you 2 to 4 weekdays. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Stricky, I am out tomorrow and Friday.
Yes,
you and Big Swim, but I still want to get my takes in on Nebraska and Wisconsin here.
Yeah.
So thank you for obliging me here, letting me get these off. But starting with this, Strick, huge opportunity for Nebraska. If they win this game, it's probably the second best opportunity to boost their resume left on their schedule.
No doubt.
The best opportunity is on the road at Illinois, right?
That's
a road
fact.
win will
Road
always
win
carry
against a top 25 team.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Always carries more weight. But we've seen Nebraska against a top 10 Wisconsin team at home before. The most obvious example, no-sit Sunday, right? And that was a big deal at the time. I mean, Nebraska wins that game 77-68. Really helped propel them to that NCAA tournament berth. It was a big deal. But Strick, part of the issue, I think, with Pinnacle Bank Arena sometimes is that not every game is like that, right? You think about some of the, best, without a doubt, top-tier college basketball environments. It's like that every game, right? The fact that we can point back and say no-sit Sunday and know exactly which Sunday we're talking about is cool, but I also kind of wish that was the environment for every Nebraska home game.
Yeah, it's consistent.
Right. That's beside the point here. The point is that Wisconsin kicked Nebraska's butt the first time these two teams met. We had the Creighton game, right, where we were kind of disappointed in Nebraska's effort. You had the Minnesota loss where the second half collapsed. But then, Strick, you get back on the board. You're feeling pretty good about yourself. You go up to Madison, and it's like you didn't pack your bags. Like, it looked like Nebraska just showed up. Communication
like you
wasn't
sent Casper up there.
Right.
A ghost.
You saw Casper. You saw all of Casper's buddies.
All his buddies chilling out there. Everybody was going through them.
Mm-hmm.
They just like it was Ghostbusters, but you didn't have the. It was Slimer,
the ghost vacuum, Slimer, whatever. Yeah,
you didn't. Slimer was just running all over the place. You had nothing to stop him.
Slimer's name was Connor Sejan in the last game. He comes off the bench after playing like 2 minutes in his previous game. Like as close to in the doghouse as you can be,
or something like that.
Yeah, and absolutely goes off. Nebraska has responded at home against Wisconsin before. You mentioned no-sit Sunday. You also look back to even just, last year, Nebraska goes on the road, beats Wisconsin by a single point. You look at when did this game been? This game was, twice.
They beat them twice.
74-73 and 73-63, right? We've seen Nebraska hang with Wisconsin.
And it was pretty much that same team.
Pretty much. All they did was add AJ Storr.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's the name? Davis? What?
Brad Davis is gone.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was good. He's a pro, but at the same time, yeah. I mean, to me, AJ Storr is not him.
No,
I don't think.
More athletic.
Yeah,
not as good a shooter. Probably a better defender, and kicked many fewer people in the nuts. So credit AJ Storr for that. But Strick, what's it going to take for Nebraska to get it done against Wisconsin tomorrow?
If they don't over exceed their effort, because Wisconsin's going to bring it. Being Greg Hepburn is a close friend of mine. We went to high school together, and he's been on his show, and so I've watched Chucky and that group grow up. Now, I had the privilege of watching a lot of their pre-season stuff because he shares a lot of it and videos and what's going on, and they did a lot of work preseason wise. Didn't show up in the early parts of the season, but it was a lot of team gelling, resilience, stay the course, even when it hurts, help your next man. When you're down and out or adversity shows up, how can you lift your brother up? That's a lot of what the theme was in their preseason and their workouts. That's what I was able to see. They had that happen. Now they've come together and they're a united front. If Nebraska doesn't come with an attitude, a mentality, execution, attention to details, extra, effort in diving and going and winning the 50-50 balls, and they're not going to win this game. Because guess what? Wisconsin is going to do those things.
Yeah.
That's what's going to be the difference. So they have a game plan for you. This Wisconsin team knows what you're going to do. They know that you're going to be forcing them baseline. They know that a guy's helping. They know where the rotations are coming from. They have counters for that. They're going to give them to you. It's how you're going to adjust to it. Or what wrinkle are you going to throw at them to make them adjust their mentality? Because I guarantee you they're working on the shots. They're working on the penetrations. They're working on the extra passes with the shots. And they're hitting them in practice so that when they show up at Pinnacle Bank Arena, that's what they're going to be. What wrinkles are the Nebraska Cornhusker staff going to throw at them to help them to change or to throw them off of what they have been preparing for you on? Yeah.
Chucky Hepburn has usually played pretty well when he makes his way back to his home state. To me, one of the wrinkles I want to see is when Josiah Allick is in the game and putting a ball screen. I want to trap Chucky Hepburn. I want to force him to half court, try to get the ball out of his hands. Chucky's good. He's not the biggest guy, right? If you can get, Bryce Williams' length on him and then trap him with Josiah Allick, make him get out of it. Make someone else make a play. I don't think Essegian can beat you off the dribble. Klesmit, I think, is mostly a spot-up guy. Don't let it get to Storr because he'll bang on you. That's something he will be more than happy to do. But Ryan in Nashville Strick has been beating this drum for a while, saying that rink mast is the key. Nebraska goes as rink mast goes. Is that fair? Do you agree?
I think, just look at what they've put together and what their culture has built. They filled it up with rink mast. It started with, D-Walk. D-Walk was basically that centrifuge of the engine going and the fire and the spark and the flame and the pow basically, right? A lot of it went through him. He was just unique in that he did it by way of body and physicality and just creativity in his shot making, right? But passing too. But rink mast is a unique, better version in a way, because he has the ability with both hands. He can shoot with stretch abilities. His passing is very good. But sometimes he just kind of defers or goes into a shell and hides out like a turtle, right? He can't do that. If he does that, then there's going to be trouble, I think, for Nebraska. Then you're going to have to rely on Casey and, or maybe Bryce. And again, when adversity hits this team, who's going to look somebody in the face and say, call each other out and say, we're not sticking? The most consistent piece in that thing has been, CJ.
Mm-hmm.
CJ Wilcher's been the most consistent thing. I think they still need him to be that spark off the bench. They're going to need some good energy from, Hoiberg, Sam. They're going to need all of those individuals to step up. I still think they need Eli Rice.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to need him to. They're going to need him to be more defensive side of what Juwan Gary was for them. He gives you that offensive part. He gives you a better offensive version, I think,
already
than what Gary can give you. But I think he needs the defensive side of him. There's someone's going to have to challenge him to become more of that.
And it's a tough matchup for that. You mentioned Wisconsin always executes at a high level, right? They run their stuff. They run it well. They're in the right spot at the right time. Eli Rice has all the physical tools, but being a step ahead of Wisconsin, knowing what they want to do, how they want to do it, not just knowing your matchup, but even the guy that's going to be screening you. How does he set his screens? What's his angle? Can you beat him to a spot? That's tough for a freshman to learn. But if Eli Rice, is going to be a difference maker, grow up quick. Prove you got it against this team tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so. And this team's going to defend you. They're not going to let just easy. They know what you want to do. They know what you're trying to accomplish. They're going to defend you.
Mm-hmm.
You better put bodies on people. Set screens. I mean, like, set screens. Not just set screens, set your guys up. Because they just do a lot of run. It's like, I know where you're going. No, you don't. Because I might go this way. Like, they have like a one-track mind. It's like, I'm going this way. Well, no.
Kind of basketball
I'm gonna take you down. See, it's a fundamental thing. Like, I'm gonna body you down. I'm gonna hit you with this little, like, I think. See, there's a lot of tricks. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of tricks to the game to get people off of you and get space. Right? It's something I learned very effectively in the NBA. Like, it's getting up on somebody's body, dropping just down, and just hitting them with a little shoulder. Not an extended arm. The extended arm gets you the foul
every time. But
it's just a little shoulder, They can't call that on you. Like, if you call that on me, then you're an ineffective ref. But just that shoulder, just that little space. Now I come off. Now that guy's got to help. You can either hand the ball, because guess what they're doing? All they're doing is jumping out. But that space leaves what? Space for you.
Which leaves space for your teammate.
See? Yes, I could be open, but really me getting open is to set my guy up. Don't hand the ball, fake it, one fake, drive, kick, shot, or next corner pass, shot. You hit it, now they got to rethink things. It's you in the initial setup is what's going to set everything up. You feel me?
I do.
Did you hear me on that? Okay.
I do. It's a physical thing, but it's also mostly a mental thing, right? Like, Nebraska has the physical tools it needs to beat Wisconsin. Yeah, Wisconsin's a little bigger in the post, but they didn't, destroy Nebraska in rebounding, only won it by 6. Nebraska shot pretty well, 12 of 26 from 3. The issue was they gave up a season high in threes to Wisconsin. Nebraska has the athletes it needs to match up with Wisconsin.
Facts.
Now dig deep and find the mindset. Tomorrow night isn't the season. There's still plenty of room left to go. But tomorrow night is, like I said, one of your 2 best opportunities left this season. You can't afford to let tomorrow night slip away, or else the conversations get really uncomfortable. You start tugging at the collar a little bit because you were thinking too far ahead instead of, how do I maximize this possession, make it the best it can be?
I don't know if we'll ever see it, but we need to. I don't think it goes to another level until you see Bryce Williams' emotions change. Not that you've got to be over or fake but I understand being level-headed, but there's a time when, even in being level-headed, I'm pretty level-headed, but like, I'm pretty level-headed because it's like, if I took a charge, it's like if I took a charge in the first, let me give you an example. If I took a charge in the first quarter, or the first half, right? I took that charge that's what I do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just get up and run back down, slap my boys, but in the fourth quarter or in the second half, under 10, we're on a run. We're on an 8-0 run, and I take a charge. I'm getting up like, yeah. You know, it's a different type of emotion because it's a spark. It's a meaningful thing. You know what I mean? Like there's if I get an and one, I'm not just in crucial time. And one, depending on the situation or the circumstance, on a run, different emotion that should come out than just in the middle of a game. And that's what I want to see from him. If I don't see that from him, then where's it going to come from? He's a leader, right? That the stoic stuff is that calmness is only when, you know, you're kind of down and you just don't want to have bad body language, and so you just kind of keep a stoic mentality about it. But when the emotions of the game change, you should be able to rise with it and get with your team on it and chest bump. Because Jerron was like him. But Jerron in times of situations would get emotional. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if I'm explaining it right.
Well, I don't
know if you guys can understand what I'm saying, because if you're just listening, you may not be able to understand, but it's something to it.
I think one of the perks of being level-headed is that it's supposed to give you clear eyes to see what the situation calls for. Sometimes the situation calls for, hey, it was the first half. Hey, we're down 15. I'm excited. I'm happy I made the play. Let me hit my free throw. We move on. But if you are on a 10-0 run to go up by 6 points, you can sense that the other team is kind of on edge, like, oh, crap, how do we get it back? And then you get a breakaway and they foul you and you go up. To me, being level-headed is I have to feed into this. I have to tap into this, use some of it for myself to get my guys going, to keep the crowd going.
That's what I'm
It's not about being emotional with the swings and the up and downs.
Yeah.
If you're level-headed, you see what the situation calls for physically, you know what it calls for mentally, and you're kind of in that flow state where you know the vibe of the arena. You know the stakes of the game. You know what your team needs.
That's what I'm talking
And sometimes it's pounding your chest. Sometimes it's letting out a roar after you finish an and one. Sometimes it's giving a guy an extra hard high five because you're caught up in the moment, not in a bad way.
Yeah.
But you see that there's something to be taken advantage of in the best way to keep propelling your team.
That's what I'm talking about. And you see it at the next level. Even some of the most calmest dudes, like Giannis. Giannis is really a pretty mild-mannered dude.
Pretty mellow.
But there are times when he senses that moment. And he'll give you that, that look, like, and then just think about, like, for example, like, I'm going to give you a good example. OKC played San Antonio. Coming into the season, there's been a huge talk about Wembanyama, and he came out like gangbusters and basically took charge on Rookie of the Year. As of late, there's been a shift. A guy by the name of Chet Holmgren kind of overtook him, but they're playing against each other. Chet Holmgren checks into the game. Wemby's pretty much a mild-mannered dude too.
Still trying to find his way.
Right? Checks into the game just because Chet came in. And the next thing he did to him, he banged and he looked Chet up and down like, you ain't coming for my prize. That's what I'm talking about. This is a like in the Big Ten, that's a rivalry for you. Iowa's a rivalry for you. You should be looking at somebody like, what you want this? So when we, like, for example, when we played Oklahoma State, and all I kept hearing about was this Brooks Thompson. Brooks Thompson, he's a lefty, and I got deep in his paws. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I went at him and let him know it too. Whipped him and go around and dunk on the other end. Next thing you know, you're hearing about this guy, Chauncey Billups. Chauncey Billups, I'm going to see this little freshman punk. You know what I'm saying? Every time I want him. That's what I want from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, take the challenge of the rival. Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm getting too overhyped.
No, I get you. Like, good players are good players, but I think the best players have that sense of the moment, know what's called for, know how to take that next step, right, to elevate.
Man.
Still waiting to see that from Nebraska.
Exactly. That part.
No better time than tomorrow night. We've seen Nebraska knock off top 10 Wisconsin at home in Lincoln before. Here's to hoping the Huskers can do it again. Any thoughts you have on the Husker game, let us know. 402-464-5685. We'll be back to wrap up Hour 1 next.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a little patchy fog possible this morning. Otherwise, mainly sunny and warm. We'll see a high near 62. Tonight, mainly cloudy with the low near 37. And tomorrow, probably sunny to mostly cloudy skies expected, but still warm. We'll see a high around 60. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clicker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Junior Achievement at Lincoln inspires and prepares today's young dreamers to be tomorrow's goal breakers, leaders, and things we haven't even imagined yet. Help more kids while having a great time at the JA Bowl-a-thon. Sign your team up and raise money to ensure the educational programs focused on financial literacy, career readiness, and entrepreneurship are always free to thousands of students. The JA Bowl-a-thon is February 16th and 17th at Parkway Lanes and Hollywood Bowl. Register at lincoln.ja.org.
Be a memory for your grandchildren. Among Nebraska adults age 65 or older, 47% report current alcohol use. Drinking too much can cause harm to children, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, you will still be around for your grandchildren. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Southeast Community College invites you to check out our spaces ahead of your official campus visit. Our virtual campus tours let you see our campuses and learn more about our programs of study. Then you can schedule your individual visit in person or virtually. Virtual tours of our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, or Milford, and our learning centers are online at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round. And their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and we'd like to say thank you for a record-setting 2023. So let's start off 2024 with the bang. They've got huge trade-in bonuses and finance bonusing happening right now on our new inventory at Coppell. Get up to $8,500 off select new models at Coppell. So if you're shopping for a new GM product, go to our website at CoppellCars.com. You won't believe the discounts. Make that short money-saving drive down 144th Street. You'll be glad you did. Must have trade and finance with roof credit. Stock number G20764.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wrapping up hour one of On the Block. Stricky, someone got your reference.
What's that? Who is it?
Well, plenty. I think a couple people on the text line got it.
My boy. Listen, K Will Height, K-Dub Sack. What up, my boy? He got it. He hit me up on the text talking about that's the Pillsbury Doughboy. That's who it is. You remember back in the day, if you ever watched those commercials for Pillsbury, it used to have the little dough man, that they turned into the Stay Puft Marshmallow looking dude. He kind of looked like him, kind of. And the Pillsbury Doughboy would be making a point about whatever the product was. And then a little finger would come out, poke him in the stomach, and the Pillsbury Doughboy would go, and that's how it would be. So if you had the dad bod with the pokey pot belly, and you got poked in the stomach, there it is.
Of all of the players that we named for the dad bod athletes, who would have been the most likely to make that noise if you poked him in the belly?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Like Bartolo Colon comes to mind for me. I think he was just kind of goofy enough and nonchalant enough that he would have leaned
I would say
into
Kirby Puckett.
Kirby woulda?
Kirby Puckett, because he was like a little short dude, and he kind of walked like a little waddle. So I would say Kirby Puckett.
Would Kruk have done it?
No, Kruk would probably just grab the beer and drunk it down and say, something like that. Yeah, I don't think Kirby would have done it.
That's funny.
But Zion Williamson might have.
He's still young enough. I think he's got the... Yeah. Is Zion ticklish? You think if he did that, he'd just do it because he's ticklish?
Would Jokic do it?
Jokic would be... that deep Serbian laugh.
Yeah, man, there's some good ones out there.
Luka?
You guys are great.
Is Luka chocolate? No.
No, Luka would just... No.
Would Luka even react?
He wouldn't react. No.
He'd
be like, man, just take it.
What are you doing?
He would just go in, just go...
Big Poppy does it. Poppy's got the personality.
Poppy's got the personality to do it.
Yeah.
I think so.
Big Baby?
Yeah, Big Baby's silly.
Big Chunky?
No, I don't think Big Chunky. I think Big Baby though.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
He's strict.
Nick would.
Let's try it. Nick, where are you at? Nick, if you're at the station, step on in. We have a science experiment.
We're gonna do it tomorrow.
Okay. Get Rico in here to run the board for that. We'll see what happens. Except Tricky's running the board, so we don't need Rico to run the board.
Do it tomorrow. Man, I might be able to. I'll see. I might do a test tomorrow.
Sounds good.
See what he does. Okay.
He's Strick. I'm Austin. When we get back, Nebraska's got some ties to this Tennessee story. Their chancellor, Donnie Plowman, very strong comments for the NCAA. The state of Tennessee and the state of Virginia, the Commonwealth of Virginia, I'm sorry, DP, I do know it's a Commonwealth, are suing the NCAA. Why is that? We'll dive into that, what it could mean, and is there more on the way when we get back? Hour 2 of On the Block next.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're looking for a pre-owned tractor to upgrade your operation, you'll find a wide selection at your local Landmark Implement. We'll work with you to find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. During the month of January, choose from an 8-month interest waiver or a 3.9% fixed rate for up to 60 months on used 6, 7, 8, or 9 series tractors with approved credit. Visit landmarkimp.com to see our complete inventory or stop by your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue. It's not just the big game everyone looks forward to, it's the food. If you're hosting a super party, let Hog Wild Pit Barbecue do the cooking so you can cheer on your favorite team. Slow smoked ribs, beef brisket, pulled pork, hot links, and so much more. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln. But don't be late, we close at 8.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a little patchy fog possible this morning. Otherwise, mainly sunny and warm. We'll see a high near 62. Tonight, mainly cloudy with the low near 37. And tomorrow, probably sunny to mostly cloudy skies expected, but still warm. We'll see a high of around 60. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clicker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
John Henry's would like to remind you, if you haven't already, to unhook your outdoor hoses and check faucets for leaks so your pipes don't freeze. As the official plumber of the Huskers, you know who to call when a plumbing issue arises. From frozen pipes to clogged drains, we can help you protect your home this winter. Give John Henry's a call today to schedule at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Erick Strickland.
Strickland for three! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Hour 2 of the show comes right here from 1040 O Street. I'm Austin Norman, joined by the Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA vet, Big 8 Freshman of the Year, all-around good guy, Erick Strickland, sitting to my left. If you've got any thoughts or comments on anything we're talking about here on the show, you can let us know at 402-464-5685, or leave a comment if you're watching on any of our stream platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, among those. Strick, I want to go to the text line here real quick to start out. Hizzlebear says, Ron Kellogg is in that discussion, and can you imagine poking Ron Kellogg after he threw the Hail Mary to win the game against Northwestern?
Yeah, he would have definitely said, yeah, he definitely would have on that one. On the YouTube stream, Josh Nielsen said, Jerome the Bus Baddest, how did we all miss that one?
That's a good one, Josh.
That was a good one. I really, yeah, there's no question on that one.
This all goes back to the unflattering angle of Patrick Mahomes from a video that Inside the NFL put out there. Mahomes not happy about it, but joking about it. The picture is posted for you if you missed it at On the Block 93.7 on Twitter. Make sure you give that account a follow. We post updates there. We post the lineup for the show every day. We're trying to get involved in the conversation for the events going on from that account as well. So if you're a fan of the show, make sure you go follow that at On the Block 937 on Twitter. Strick, I want to turn our attention to the SEC, specifically to the state of Tennessee. And there's a Nebraska tie to this. As a former executive at Nebraska, former leader, Donde Plowman, who was the dean of the business college and then the executive vice chancellor for a while at Nebraska. Now the chancellor at the University of Tennessee, not thrilled with the NCAA once again investigating Tennessee for NIL sort of noncompliance. A lot of this is rumored to stem back to Nico Iamaleava, the quarterback who took over for Joe Milton, who started the bowl game against Iowa, led him to a 35-0 win over the Hawkeyes. He's rumored to be involved in this, the improper use of NIL, improper communication sort of things. Lest we forget, Tennessee just got done being levied an $8 million fine for 18 NCAA violations not long ago. Just yesterday, the NCAA hasn't announced this, but apparently it's in the works that the NCAA is going to, levy some more charges against Tennessee. Donde Plowman sent a letter to the NCAA, not happy about it. And here's what she said. It is intellectually dishonest for the NCAA staff to issue guidelines that say a third-party collective or business may meet with prospective student-athletes, discuss NIL, even enter into a contract with prospective student-athletes, but at the same time say that the collective may not engage in conversations that would be of a recruiting nature. Here's the kicker, the main point to me. Any discussion about NIL might factor into a prospective student-athlete's decision to attend an institution. This creates an inherently unworkable situation, and everyone knows it. Your reaction?
This is the $8 million man, so to speak, right? This is the one that everybody was like blown away when they were talking about an $8 million NIL deal. So here's the part that there's two pieces to this that I want to address, I think. One is this. I look at this and I find that it is just truly difficult for deals to be committed to, done, handled outside the realm of the university knowing. Because I'm recruiting this particular player. There are obviously deals that need to be done. I need to understand what that relationship is and what that deal is, because how am I going to recruit to what I don't know what's going on the outside? How am I going to leave a scholarship open for a specific player, but there's deals being worked outside my purview of knowledge, right? So that's kind of weird to me. Now, here's the piece that kind of gets into the ooh category. You can't tell me that at the highest levels, the Michigans, the Ohio States, the Georgias, the Alabamas, the Clemsons, the Notre Dames, let's just keep USCs. We can just keep on going. Texas,
Oregon's.
You can't tell me that nothing of the sort like that is going on. So then this is where I start to look at the fact that the NCAA, and I've talked about this before, and we've went into discussions about this, where the NCAA, to me, somehow, some way, seems to find somebody that's on that middle tier, that's a big enough name to go after, but it's not a top tier name to where it's going to overly hurt
the
big money, the bottom line, right? This is kind of where you get Michigan still able to do what they do, because you don't want to hurt the big money.
And having a villain's good for business.
Right? Okay. Good for watching, because you want them to probably fall flat on their face, and you're going to watch till you can celebrate it and all. But that's what I'm saying. It seems to me that they find these type of teams. And remember in baseball, we were talking about it last year for the World Series, when I think it was Vatek. Who was it that had the hammers and they were hitting the home runs and they would slam the hammers?
Oh, yeah.
I want to say it's Vatek. I can't remember who it is. But they went after that team. But there's other types of rituals that other teams do. But why would you only go after that? Why would you not go after the Miami's ritual, or to, the Wake Forest ritual, or whatever the case may be, right? So I know that the NCAA is trying to figure out ways to stay relevant, Austin, and they look at things like this because the toothpaste has already been squeezed out. It's on the toothbrush. You know what I'm saying? We've already been brushing on the NIL craziness already. You can't take what's in your mouth, pause, and begin to try to put it back in the toothpaste.
No.
But they're trying to keep relevancy by doing crazy stuff like this, because it don't make sense.
It doesn't at all. And I think that's what Plowman's getting at in her letter too, is that these conversations between the NIL, collectives, or between the businesses and the student athlete, even if they're not explicitly, if you come here, we'll pay you this much, that's still a recruiting conversation. If it's, this is what we could be able to offer you, even if you never bring up the university that, they're on their official visit to, even if that name never comes up in the meeting, that meeting is automatically tied back to that school. There's that implicit understanding of, hey, this is tied to this school. If I come here, this is what I get. This is on the table. If I go here, this other place, that's what I could get. Even if it's not a recruiting conversation, it's a recruiting conversation.
Yeah.
So to say that you can have those conversations, but they can't be about recruiting, that doesn't square. That doesn't jive at all.
It doesn't. It doesn't at all. It's crazy.
And that's where with Tennessee, the state of Tennessee, not the University of Tennessee, the state of Tennessee and the Commonwealth of Virginia are suing the NCAA saying, hey, you can't keep punishing our schools or our collectives for this, right? If you do that, they're saying it's breaking antitrust laws in some ways, where the NCAA is stepping in, it's picking and choosing, and it's also limiting what athletes can earn. Because if athletes can't have those conversations out in the open and be honest about it, they won't be able to make the best choice for their future and their future earning potential, is the argument essentially.
Yeah, I mean, because outside of tampering, which, okay, I can understand somewhat, but in open recruiting, open dialogue, open free agency, all of that, which in a sense, to me, NIL is just a form of free agency.
Oh, sure.
That's what it is to me. But when I think about it, though, Austin, in free agency, those open and honest and candid discussions that are going on is what creates leverage, is what creates, is the marketplace. So if I can say that, it's the marketplace, it's capitalism, right? Because I can put a product out there without me being able to put on TV and market my product, if I choose to do that, or radio, or whatever form that I'm marketing my product. without being able to put that on display, then you're hindering my ability to make money.
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to put it on display to everybody in the capital system that would want to buy what I'm offering.
And different people will value it different ways.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think it's It's bunk. I think it's bunk.
I'm with you. So yeah, they are indeed challenging the antitrust laws. It says the suit alleges that the NCAA has violated antitrust laws by denying athletes their ability to earn full compensation for their names, images, and likenesses. The athletes, will get the monetary value of a scholarship. They'll get the gear. They'll get the experience. They'll get the connections. But the new door that's been opened up, Strick, is the actual cold, hard cash element of this. College football wanted to be big business, right? You think back, even pre-SMU in the 80s, college football was fun. But it was still pretty regional, right? College football has wanted to go national. You see that with the introduction of the playoff. You see that with the mega conferences. College football, college sports to some degree, but especially college football, I think is really trying to follow up the NFL's popularity and take second place. It went national. It went corporate a long time ago, but it's went even more corporate with the pure dollars and cents for NIL now. The NCAA wasn't ready for it. College football wasn't ready for all the lawsuits it was going to have to file, to get this in place. I think we're seeing everything blow up all at once again, right? You had the first explosion with the transfer portal. Then the NIL laws pass. You're seeing kind of the chain reaction explosions down the line where you have states suing the federal government over college football.
Yeah, it's crazy. And we don't know how much further this is going to go, but a lot of it is spurred on because, especially in this area, college football, the NCAA is like a chihuahua trying to bark at a freaking what is it?
Rottweiler?
A Mastiff or a Rottweiler, basically, right? A pit bull.
St.
It's
Bernard.
a chihuahua looking at him like, me, right?
Yeah.
And then the pit bull is looking at him like, right? That's really what the NCAA doing to college football is basically what it's like. Football looks at the NCAA like, you're all bark with no bite. Now, because to me, the NCAA's money is made where? March Madness.
Yes.
That's where their big money.
Yeah.
That's where their big money's made. Maybe in the College World Series, some
a little bit, but March Madness is the billions of dollars. Property.
Is their baby, right? They don't do nothing, really get nothing, or have any say so on what goes on in the college football playoff or nothing. So they're trying to figure out how to gain some leverage and power to get in, but it's a wrap. They're done, DZ.
It's not going to work.
No.
My question for you then is this: would the NCAA be better off continuing to do what it's doing, try to fight the fight it wants to, in trying to hold these schools accountable based on the NCAA's perception of the rules? Or would it be better for the NCAA to just completely let go? Let it be the true Wild West, wide open, do what you want with who you want, when you want, how you like. And in the meantime, come up with rules that everyone can agree with.
I'm not going to get political, but I'm going to use as an analogy. I am apolitical. I'm independent minded. Just so we caveat that. One of the greatest lessons to be learned is what's going on down at the border. You let people who are on the northern side of things, who are far away from the mess, you let them be able. They always talk, oh, we're this and we're that and we're cool with it, and everybody come on through, right? Until they start showing up on your doorstep. Now you're seeing up, like, just an example, and look, and again, I'm just looking at news. Now you're looking at people in Chicago, and you're looking at people in New York, and you're looking at
Massachusetts,
all of them, right? They're far away from it, but hey, everybody, come on, come on. But when they start showing up on their doorstep, wait a minute, and we're talking about just hundreds of thousands, thousands. We ain't talking about millions that show up on the South, right? When you got that type of situation, that's sometimes you got to let them see it. That's what you're saying. You gotta say, oh, this what you want? I'm gonna give you what you want, and let them see it, touch it, feel it,
the ramifications of it.
There you go. That's the best analogy I can share for it. I think you may be onto something. Give them the business. Let them, if I want to get back to power, you want to turn on you. Oh, word? Okay, y'all go ahead, do your thing. We ain't gonna say nothing. We ain't gonna say nothing. Go ahead, do your thing. And then all of a sudden, it's gonna get crazy. Certain teams is gonna be, whoa, wait now. We can't let. Hey, we need an arbiter. That's when they, then you come in and say, voila, I'm here. Like the genie, right?
Right.
I'm here. That's what I think you're right, man.
The NCAA, I think they have to, like you're saying, they have to let go to be able to grab on.
Yeah.
Let go in the short term.
Yeah.
Come back with a plan, right?
There you go.
Not an NCAA plan. Work with industry leaders. Work with chancellors and presidents. Work with collectives. Work with student athletes to come up with the best plan that works for the most people. Like, here's the thing. We understand there's not going to be a perfect plan. There's not a magical solution that's going to clear up everybody's problems all at once. But what you and I are saying is the NCAA can give the schools, the collectives, what they want for 5-10 years. Everyone's going to be up in arms about how out of control it is. And the NCAA needs to use that interim period to come up with the best plan it can and say, what if we do this?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say they'll be hailed as the conquering hero or anything, but that scrubs away quite a bit of the stain and quite a bit of the stench, I would think.
There it is. Man, that's good stuff. I just, the NCAA, there's really no good answer to this thing right now.
No.
But I understand how they feel. I mean, Tennessee feels like, why you piling up on me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, you can't tell me that if you go dig into the coffers of what's going on at Alabama or
Florida or Oregon,
you can't tell me that you're not going to find anything popping up on the radar out there. You go dig. Like it's like this, Austin. If I was dating or married or had a girlfriend, right? You can come digging in this phone. You probably gonna find something you're looking for. You ain't not like it. You probably can find it, but if you go searching for it. So that's anybody, anywhere, any place. You know what I'm saying? So metadata don't go nowhere.
It does.
You think you can erase it? You think it does? No, there's something out there. There's some stuff out there. You can do like some politicians do and scrub and break computers and
smash them with a hammer.
All that. You can do all of that, but that don't mean
throw it
it's
in
gonna
the river. No,
it ain't gonna disappear, baby.
It won't. Let's talk to Evan Bland. Maybe ask him about that. Definitely some Husker baseball stuff. We've gotten a lot of questions on that. We'll throw some of them at our resident Husker baseball expert, Evan Bland, when we get back.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's not just the big game everyone looks forward to, it's the food. If you're hosting a super party, let Hog Wild Pit Barbecue do the cooking so you can cheer on your favorite team. Slow smoked ribs, beef brisket, pulled pork, hot links, and so much more. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Southeast Community College invites you to check out our spaces ahead of your official campus visit. Our virtual campus tours let you see our campuses and learn more about our programs of study. Then you can schedule your individual visit in person or virtually. Virtual tours of our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, or Milford, and our learning centers are online at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
John Henry's would like to remind you, if you haven't already, to unhook your outdoor hoses and check faucets for leaks so your pipes don't freeze. As the official plumber of the Huskers, you know who to call when a plumbing issue arises. From frozen pipes to clogged drains, we can help you protect your home this winter. Give John Henry's a call today to schedule at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Sports Show! Coming up in Lincoln, February 2nd through 4th at the Sandhills Global Event Center, it's the family show of all outdoors, the 55th Annual Boat, Sport, and Travel Show. With RVs, motorhomes, boats, trailers, discount tackle, and family fun for everyone. Interact with exotic animals at wildlife encounters and appearances by Husker football players. Veterans free on Friday, lots of free parking. Doors open at noon on Friday, 10 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. See you there! Sports Show!
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and we'd like to say thank you for a record-setting 2023. So let's start off 2024 with the bang. They've got huge trade-in bonuses and finance bonusing happening right now on our new inventory at Coppell. Get up to $8,500 off select new models at Coppell. So if you're shopping for a new GM product, go to our website at coppellcars.com. You won't believe the discounts. Make that short money-saving drive down 144th Street. You'll be glad you did. Must have trade and finance with roof credit. Stock number G207684.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. And Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back on the block. Austin Norman and Erick Strickland with you. We turn our attention now to our VIP line brought to you by Aloe Fiber, where they understand the importance of exceptional service with local heart. We welcome in Evan Bland of the Omaha World Herald. Evan, this is going to be a lot of college baseball. I warned you about that. What I didn't warn you about was the first conversation we had on the show today was about the Twitter picture circulating Patrick Mahomes and the unflattering angle from inside the locker room. And a name that came up for us that I am sure will resonate with you as a Spurs fan, Boris Diaw. Was he the best pudgy Spurs player you remember?
Wow. Yeah, I think so. He was a good passer. I remember that. Like he, if he had a little pudge, he had a little pass to him as well. Big Baby is the only other kind of, pro basketball player that comes to mind for me when I think of that. But
Oliver Miller.
Yeah, I was not expecting a Boris Diaw reference here, but yeah, I would put him on that list, sure.
Real quick, Evan, before we jump heavily into the baseball stuff, look, big game tomorrow, and I know we're not going to have you there after. So one of the things that Fred Hoiberg, because I don't do a lot of talking because, Evan, you dig deep, and I don't know if I'm a surface dude compared to you, man. So I'm going to try to dig deep on this one a little bit, but Fred Hoiberg came and had a nice little interview, and he was talking about the physicality of things, the inconsistency of it. And I was talking about that on the show as well, of how you saw it against Northwestern, and then they all of a sudden go on the road, and then it just disappears. It just doesn't happen. So he talked about that. This team that's coming in, Wisconsin, they're hungry, they're good, they're consistent. Do we see it in this game? Or do we see more of the like? Because this is another opportunity for them to grab another high resume win at home outside of the Illinois one.
Well, Strick, you know more about basketball or you've forgotten more about it than I know. But I would say, what this kind of reminds me of is, to use a football analogy, it kind of reminds me of when Nebraska practiced the day after the Michigan game, and then they went out the next week at Illinois and balled out. I mean, this kind of reminds me of that because, like, this is a button, if you're Fred Hoiberg, that you can push one time, right? Like where you kind of throw the load management stuff into the trash, like he said, and you go hard and you go physical and you sort of, beat it out of the guys a little bit to send a message. And we'll see how much that message is sent against Wisconsin. We already know Nebraska can beat just about anybody at home. Wisconsin has been a team that they've had some luck against over the years. And so maybe going hard as they have and really pushing that physicality theme will show up at home. I think there's probably a good chance that it does. And again, like when you kind of change up your practice rhythms and you say, all right, we know you guys are going to be tired. Your legs are probably going to be a little heavy. But that's what we want. Like that's a calculated move by Hoiberg. So I think it feels like the right move to be able to send that message at this point, considering the struggles they've had on the road. But I just think it feels like one of those potential turning points in the year where you can pick up another valuable win for your NCAA tournament resume, while at the same time sort of setting a standard for what you want when you get back on the road as you're trying to, state your case for why you should be in the big dance.
Nebraska's first trip on the road went well. It was a neutral site game against Oregon State. Huskers win that game in men's basketball. But Oregon State's our pivot point to college baseball, Evan. We know the Pac-12 is dissolving after this baseball and softball season. Oregon State announced that it's going to play an independent schedule for the next 2 years in 2025 and 2026. We know that that's a big powerhouse name in the college baseball world. What do you think Oregon State's independent schedule looks like, and how does that help or hurt them as they chase another College World Series title?
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? I mean, just some of the fallout of what's going on in college football and how it affects other sports. From a baseball perspective, it's ridiculous that Oregon State would have to stoop to the level of piecing together its own schedule because its conference is gone. Like that's obviously nothing that it had any control over. And people in Omaha remember the Beavers for winning national titles and dogpiling at TD Ameritrade back then and all the rest. It's going to have to get creative. I think the first month or so, you probably won't see a ton of change because that's the non-conference portion of the season, and teams, especially of that ilk, like to challenge themselves and get out and see some top names. But what it looks like, from like mid-March to mid-May, I don't know. A lot of teams, like for example, the Big Ten has an odd number of teams, and so there are weekends every year in the Big Ten schedule when somebody has to play out of conference because there aren't an even number of teams. So like that's maybe a place where you can get a little creative if you're Oregon State. I'm sure there are other leagues as well that have an odd number, and so you can kind of pick your spots there. Maybe you can be a little bit more aggressive in the midweek. I think that's a possibility. Like if you could say, hey, maybe there's a weekend here or there where we can't find somebody to play a weekend series, but maybe if we're willing to travel to a power halfway across the country on a Tuesday, Wednesday, do something like that. Maybe they find a little bit of creativity there too. And then, you have the Mountain West there and a number of other pretty quality leagues that are still along the West Coast that maybe you can fit into a little bit too. So not ideal, but that's a program that even this year, I think, is certainly a regional team, one of those teams that is on the short list to contend for Omaha. And you would imagine that's going to continue no matter who they end up playing down the road.
I think when a lot of people hear that Oregon State's going independent, their eyes get big and they first go to, they'll play LSU, they'll play Florida, Vandy, they'll play, Clemson, Carolina, Florida State, big names like that. Evan, I think those schools play tough enough schedules, though, that they won't necessarily want a full series against Oregon State unless it's very early in the year. Is that a place where maybe, like a middle-of-the-road Big Ten team could view getting Oregon State on the schedule as a chance to boost its resume, where it's a tough enough game for Oregon State to be worth it, but not overly tough so as to tank their resume, should they go on the road and not perform as well?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, again, in 2025, there's still going to be some random weekend in the season when, like, say, Nebraska is going to have to play out a conference. And why the heck not throw Oregon State on there to boost your RPI and to give you a chance to improve your resume? To your point, like the SEC, they're going to schedule tough in the non-con. They already have, a grueling in-season or in-league season schedule too. So I don't know how motivated they would be on a weekend to try to find a way to squeeze in Oregon State. So, like, if you're playing the RPI game, the teams that do it really well find a way to schedule the teams that maybe aren't necessarily the best teams, but they're teams that are going to pile up good records, particularly from, what would be considered mid-major conferences and some other sports. Like, that's where you make your money on RPI is finding the top teams in those leagues with good records, and then that builds up your profile. So, yeah, I think if you're Oregon State and you give a team like Indiana State, for example, an opportunity to play you at some point in the season, or East Carolina or something like that, I think that could move the needle. And again, it's all about how the schedules line up, but it does create sort of a different situation than we've seen, and one I think where both sides would have something to gain.
Turning our attention to the Big Ten here, Evan, Iowa's the only team that's ranked in preseason polls. Who else is with the Hawkeyes in that upper echelon of Big Ten teams as you projected out this year?
Yeah, I think Iowa is the clear favorite. I mean, they have the best 1-2 punch in the rotation in the league for sure, in Marcus Morgan and Brody Brecht, who can hit, triple digits with his fastball. I think there's probably a drop from there to sort of that next upper middle class tier. I'd put Rutgers in that group. I'd put Nebraska in that group. I think you could make a case for Michigan maybe in that group. Personally, casual Big Ten baseball followers may remember that Maryland has been really good the last couple of years. They lost their coach, Rob Vaughn, to Alabama. They lost most of their impact bats and the handful of good pitchers they had on what was a pretty shaky staff. So I would actually think that they're going to take a pretty significant step back this year. Could be wrong about that, but I think that you look at the Big Ten, it's kind of where it tends to be most years, and that's one team in the top 25, a 3-bid league, give or take a team every year, with the potential of somebody else to step up. But yeah, I think it's Iowa's league to lose this year. I think Indiana does have a lot of really good pieces, particularly on offense. And then teams like Nebraska, Rutgers, you can make a case for guys if players develop and if some of the newcomers do what they've done elsewhere, that they could contend as well.
As you look at Nebraska, I want to make sure people go to omaha.com and read your piece about the depth on Nebraska's team. We're going to get into the Husker roster here. When you look at Nebraska teams of the past, obviously the best teams are the one with star power and with depth. But better Nebraska teams, are they typically led by a couple stars a la Anderson, Matthews, Olsen like last year? Or are the better Nebraska teams the no true superstars, a few above average players, but nobody worse than average on a day-to-day basis?
It's a great debate. I think it's really interesting because if you're talking about regular season success, then I think that's where depth, especially in the sport of baseball, shines through. And you're going to need those midweek pitchers. You're going to need other guys to step up through the course of the season when some bats are slumping or injuries crop up or whatever. The stars, though, are the ones that shine in the postseason. I mean, you think about LSU last year and its star power, and Florida in the College World Series final and its star power. Like, those are the guys in the pressure moments that come through and can carry a team. So, like you said, you want both. I think where Nebraska is right now, and it's a program that hasn't played in June the last 2 summers, and it's trying to get back in the NCAA tournament. I think it's in a place where you need to have that depth, where you need to be able to know on a Tuesday and a Wednesday who you're handing the ball to and who can give you 5 innings. You want to be able to have a player or two waiting in the wings to fill in on a Tuesday night or on a Sunday in the lineup, and who can give you some production, put the ball in play, maybe drive in a run, what have you. So I think all that combined with the fact that, in the Big Ten, unlike, say, the SEC or the ACC, every weekend is not an opportunity to necessarily improve your resume, right? Like, you're going to be playing the Michigan States and the Northwesterns and the Penn States of the world that you're kind of expected to beat. And so, like, you need to take care of business, I think, more than maybe upsetting a lot of high-end teams. So that's where I think Nebraska is. And then you can use last year's team as a great case study for that, right? With Max Anderson, Bryce Matthews, they had Emmett Olson and Jace Kaminska. Those were 4 draft picks that went in the top 10 rounds last year. And Nebraska still couldn't figure out its Sunday starter until later in the season. It still didn't have, depth to its lineup beyond like the first 6 or 7 guys. And that showed in the midweek. And that ultimately was why they were left out of the tournament. So I think they addressed that through junior college recruiting. I think you can make the argument that with guys like Rob Childress on staff now, at least in an on-field role, that you're going to see more development. And so it does feel like they're trending in the right direction. And now it's all about going out and seeing, how much of a difference that makes this year.
As we look at the roster here, Evan, we'll dive into specific players as we get closer to first pitch on February 16th down at Globe Life Field. But just kind of the 30,000-foot overview here. As you look at the pitching staff, rotation and bullpen, who are a few of the names that stand out to you that Husker fans should get familiar with?
Well, the rotation still is coming together. I mean, even a week ago, they're not ready to say kind of who those guys will be. We talked to Drew Christo, which I think is a good sign that he's going to be one of your, first starters, Friday or Saturday guys for sure. And people remember him, obviously, an Elkhorn grad who was a top 100 prospect a couple years ago. It looks like through the summer and the fall, he's found his command a little bit, which would suggest that maybe a big step forward is coming for him. Brett Sears is somebody else who could be a starter, who had a really good summer and has a track record in that role of being pretty good elsewhere. I do think the bullpen kind of shapes up to be more of the strength, though. I mean, it could be one of those teams where you ask your starter to go 5 innings and then you let your bullpen kind of mix and match it the rest of the way. I think they have a junior college transfer named Casey Dice, who could be the closer right out of the gate. Evan Borst is another JUCO add who's been a closer elsewhere. Trey Fromm was on the team for Nebraska last year. He was hurt and he's back. He has closing experience at the junior college level. Mason McConaughey is another junior college sort of swing man who's been really good as a starter and reliever. So you can kind of go down the list and see. And Kyle Perry, I didn't even mention him in his 6th year. He's been in Nebraska longer than the entire coaching staff has been at this point. So they have a depth of arms there that I think can serve them well, probably deeper in the bullpen than they have been before. And again, that's like, you see that pay off on a Sunday, you see that pay off on a Tuesday or a Wednesday when those guys can go out there and take care of business. So I do think that was one area that certainly was an area of priority for the staff in the offseason, was to increase that depth on the mound. And I think they succeeded, at least on paper.
There's a lot of names on the infield we can get to. I want to focus on the outfield here first, though. Garrett Anglem back. Who else are the names to know for this team? And I'm curious about who do you think is the opening day starter in center field?
Well, I mean, Gabe Swanson, he's, if you look in the Big Ten, the home run leaders, he's the top home run leader returning in the conference this year. I think that might surprise some people, given how he was overshadowed by, Bryce and Max last year and what they did. But he'll be back as one of the lead bats. There's a freshman, Case Sanderson, who could play some outfield, who's probably, at least on the hitting side, the guy as a freshman that you would look at as being an early impact guy. And, center field's going to be Riley Silva, who's a transfer who came in as well. Easily the fastest player on the team, so he can cover a ton of ground in center. He can lay down the bunts. He's going to be a threat on the bases, sort of a Casey Burnham 2.0 from what they had from him last year. So I think there's some depth there. And then Clay Bradford's another transfer that they brought in who is probably going to add some depth after he hit, I think, 400 at a lower level last season. So they do have some options there too.
Then just really quickly on the infield, the two returners that really stand out to me, Dylan Carey at third base, and I know not technically infield, but Josh Caron behind the dish. Any other infield names to know?
Yeah, Ben Columbus will be back. I think he'll do some DHing and some catching. They added a guy, Josh Overbeek, who's a switch hitter, who was a junior college transfer. I think he'll be the starter at third base. Ty Stone is a junior college addition from Iowa Western. He's one of the guys at first that you can look at. And then second base, a player by the name of Caden Brumbaugh, who was an Oklahoma State transfer who was injured last year. He was going to be a big part of the team, got hurt, redshirted. Now he's back. He'll probably play second base, maybe a little outfield as well.
So going back to last year, we know Max Anderson had his breakout at second base. If Brumbaugh was healthy, would have been him at second. Would Dylan Carey have probably sat behind Max Anderson at third? Would Anderson have shifted to first? What was that initial plan with Brumbaugh in the lineup?
I think he could have played some outfield last year. He kind of had the Jackson Hallmark sort of ability where he could have gone into the outfield or played at different spots in the infield. I mean, I think they would have kept Carey at third, obviously, where they had Max and Bryce up the middle. And then, I think you could have probably made the argument to play Brumbaugh a little bit at first, as well as where they had Charlie Fisher too. So he was sort of a utility guy. I think they could have played him in a lot of spots. And like, as we saw when they got hurt last year, different players, like it was hard to replace that production from guys like Anglum and Bryce Matthews late in the year. So I think he would have been a utility guy and probably would have found his spot as the season went on.
Evan, as always, we appreciate the insight. Definitely want to keep digging into the roster, some more specific names with you as we get closer to opening day for Husker baseball. Of course, if anything Husker football pops, we'll hit that with you as well. As always, thanks for the time, Evan. Really appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Evan joined us on our VIP line brought to you by Aloe Fiber, where they understand the importance of exceptional service with local heart. Stricky, Nebraska baseball always starts the year off in a warm weather climate. Doesn't seem like they would need to right now. It's beautiful perfect spring baseball weather right now. Give it a couple weeks, though, we're in the middle of February. They might still be happy they're going to Texas.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It can change just that quick. So enjoy it while you can. I'm sure they're probably enjoying being able to get outside and hit some balls, feel some balls, throw in the open air and all that stuff.
You, as the baseball guy, it makes a huge difference playing outside versus inside, right? To have that experience outside to judge the ball off the bat, like. These northern teams are at a disadvantage. Like, I know you didn't like sitting out in the Florida heat necessarily, but as you're getting going into a season, to have those live reps outside, that's invaluable.
It is invaluable, and it's just refreshing. It's just to be able to see the sun, feel the sun, throw in the open air. It's a lot better, I can tell you, than being inside all the time. That's no doubt.
Fair enough. He's Strick. I'm Austin. Big thanks to Evan for his insight. We'll step aside, bring Jay Foreman in to cross it over, wrap up on the block next.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through February 6th is spend $50 and get a 14-ounce ribeye for free. Plus, buy one, get one 50% off on Mercado pasta. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Junior Achievement at Lincoln inspires and prepares today's young dreamers to be tomorrow's goal breakers, leaders, and things we haven't even imagined yet. Help more kids while having a great time at the JA Bowl-a-thon. Sign your team up and raise money to ensure the educational programs focused on financial literacy, career readiness, and entrepreneurship are always free to thousands of students. The JA Bowl-a-thon is February 16th and 17th at Parkway Lanes and Hollywood Bowl. Register at lincoln.ja.org.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a little patchy fog possible this morning. Otherwise, mainly sunny and warm. We'll see a high near 62. Tonight, mainly cloudy with the low near 37. And tomorrow, probably sunny to mostly cloudy skies expected, but still warm. We'll see a high of around 60. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clicker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here on the block. Austin Norman, Erick Strickland,
That's that
joined
new beat.
by Jay Foreman.
That's that new beat. I see you.
Beat?
Yo,
Yeah.
that's one of them ones
You
right
vibing?
there.
You like it? You
I
right?
like it. Okay.
Did I get you hype?
That new beat I found.
Doesn't take
Where'd
much
you
to
get
get Stricky hype.
Where'd you find it?
I said, man, I went digging for that one. Hey.
I like that one.
Hey. Yeah.
I like that one.
Hey, listen, Jay. Something happened. OKC played your squad, Minnesota, and Edwards and the crew.
Yeah. Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
That's what we call him.
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Okay, check it out. 40 Jeezys.
Ooh.
Paperwork.
Yeah, they hit him hard.
Now listen, I got to throw this out because it's a little bit different from football, but here's the deal. The statement he said, and this is a paraphrase. I had it in front of me, but I'm just going to paraphrase it because it's not necessary to have the exact. He says, the refs were bad.
Cheating.
We won.
But refs.
Cheating, but refs, right?
Yeah.
But then he says, the stars of the NBA, in a sense, has lost respect for the refs. Because this isn't just a one-off. This isn't, it just happened. This has been seemingly a continuation. And you can reference that by just how garbage that technical was against Max Strauss.
Right.
That I shared with you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, just giving them the ball.
So this is what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
This is what you're dealing with. 40,000. Now, I think that's steep. But I understand
because it's normally 25.
Usually 25, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But it's multiple offenses, I think I saw, right?
Okay. So, but my thing is, when you lose respect like that, is just no more rapport that you have with, like if there's a certain ref.
Yeah, there's plenty of them. The power hungry, and you shouldn't know.
Okay.
Yeah, and Ant-Man's a superstar, is not getting superstar calls.
That part.
He has every right to say it. So he's going to fall on the sword, and he said it a couple games before. He's like, I know I'm gonna get fined, but I want you guys to understand. So he's probably setting it up for the future.
So is he the beast mode of the NBA now?
No, he's too nice. Yeah, he's too nice.
He's the anti-beast mode.
Yeah.
Beast mode is here so he wouldn't get fined.
Yeah.
Ant-Man said, I'm going to take the fine.
Yeah,
the anti-beast mode.
He different. So I had to step in and get it while we can get it. Jay already did this, and he had the opportunity to be the Lincoln Stars official, like captain for a game, and you do the puck drop.
Yeah,
and they trying to get Stricky baby,
out
there to do that.
Yeah, we got to do it before Stricky hit the plane.
Well, you know, but they drop something off for you.
Oh,
they drop something off for you.
They got the right number.
Yo, they got the number on it too.
Come on,
I'm about to what?
Come on.
Wow.
Come on, right?
I might have to hang this up.
Right?
Yeah, it's nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So Coach Rocky Russo.
Russo came through?
Yeah, man. So to do that, he just wanted to say, you know, we support them, they support us, and we'll get you out there. So if you're on the stream, you can see that beautiful. Yeah,
they sweet. It's a good time, Strick. You need to go, man.
Yeah, the weather with the weather stay like this, I'm in there.
So
it's too cold to go in there when it's one below.
Cold.
Look at hockey dude. Listen to this hockey dude. So anyway, yeah. So you will make sure you get pictures of young Mr. Strickland.
Oh, don't worry.
The Stars, and we'll do
For
the
sure.
thing. So,
Yeah, but
right.
DP, I got to get in there before I got 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
This season is long.
Oh, they long. Okay, we
Look
good.
at the schedule and pick a
They have
game.
till April.
They're home.
Oh,
this
we
week.
good
They're
then. We
home
good.
this week. They're home this week. So,
April, March.
April.
Yeah, when spring hit.
Yeah, they got spring break for you.
Yeah.
He made an excuse like we was asking him to do the hot wings chat.
Bye.
Got him.
Shout out to Rocky Russo and the Lincoln Stars, man. That's a blessing right here. I'm definitely gonna sport it. It's big. It's
It's
hefty.
nice. Yeah, it's nice.
Got to fit
It's
those
a real
pads
deal.
underneath, Stricky.
I see. I ain't used to wearing pads. You see,
can go
when I
in
went
there,
out
you
there
can
with
know-
Jay,
you-
I barely made it. My back was hurting, doggone wearing all that.
You can wear a hoodie underneath the Strick. You good.
Yeah.
When
For
you
sure.
go in there, you'll be
Be good to
fine.
go?
Yeah, you'll be
Okay.
good to go.
We good.
Let's pause 10 seconds for Station ID here on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Speaking of superstar NBA guards, Dame Lillard makes his return to Portland tonight. What do you think the reception is? What's his legacy in Portland?
Boo! They shouldn't.
No, they should.
He was good to Portland.
Yeah, he stayed about 2 or 3 years
Too long.
Was too loyal. I think the city of Portland loves him, and he was a bright spot.
Does he have one of these moments?
That would be great if he did, though.
Boy, would that set it off if he had one of those moments? That would
be great. Or, you know, one right before half, about 45-footer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something
that popped, yeah.
Something special.
I think it's going to happen.
Hang 60 on him.
I don't know if he go that hard, but
30?
I think he might have one of these moments.
What we want is Anthony Simons to go off. We need Anthony Simons and Dame battling it out.
Well,
I know
it definitely ain't Scoot. It definitely ain't Scoot.
Here's the thing:
he might get scooted up out of there if he keep it.
If Dame's guard Scoot,
Scoot been on the
struggling.
He been on the arm curl machine.
He's struggling.
Yeah. I mean, the NBA is hard.
Get on
hard
your
for
D's
some
and then
guys.
start.
Man, what's wrong with this?
I don't know what's
wacky
going on
Wednesday,
today, Jay. I'm excited, man.
It's
a
not even
beautiful
Thirsty
day.
Thursday,
It
brother.
ain't, but it's gonna be tomorrow.
Yeah, we know that.
It's going down tomorrow for sure.
Scoot's got the glasses that remind me too much of Reggie Jackson.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He need the bug eye ones like Big Game James used to wear. And I love Big Game James Worthy, man. That's my dude. Him and Michael Cooper Loop. Those are my two favorite
Once
players.
he started wearing those, they didn't ever come off again. That was his signature, wasn't it?
Listen,
you know,
when they set James up in Houston, he came right out the clink and hit you up for 42 points, 18 rebounds, 7 assists. Lead Big Game James.
Big hand.
Yeah.
Y'all know your boy used to wear the rec specs?
You.
Yeah, your boy.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
You was out there looking like our old Breidenbach boy?
Pretty much. Except I did not have the facial hair at that point because I was in 6th grade.
Okay.
So
you was still slim. You was still Slim Reaper though.
Hey, I saw
slim, more slim, less.
I saw
reaping.
Goggles on TV. Goggles was putting in work.
He getting in that work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he didn't do it here.
He got a little dream shake to him too.
I wish he would have did something here.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing here.
I think his knees are back.
That's good.
Stricky, we do have to ask Jay this question too.
What's that?
Do you see the Mahomes dad bod on Twitter?
Dang.
Who were the pudgiest NFL players?
Yeah,
that you're willing to bring up,
man. At the end of the season, your body is broke down, so I'm sure he's not able to train like he usually is. And
he come in looking like that, my boy.
I know he always.
I say he looked like SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah, he is. But you know what? He got that. Was it Kendrick Perkins? Said.
There's one.
Yeah,
Perk had that baby face, especially when remember when he had just the little old thing there,
soul patch.
But Kendrick Perkins talked about Carmelo Anthony. He said he had a wax body. Just like wax and just two nibbles or whatever. That's it. That's Patrick Mahomes. But listen, from Tom Brady,
was Oak one of them?
Nah, Oak was husky. He was yoked though.
Okay, husky and yoked are different.
Yeah, but he was yoked though. Listen, I seen Charles Oakley up close and personal. He ain't have no dad.
South strong.
Oak gave you that business?
Yeah, even like my mom said, he had a whole bunch of pinto beans, but he's from Virginia. Remember Borlis Williamson from the Ark?
Corliss was thick.
He was kind of he had a dad bod, but especially towards the end of the year, end of his career. And you never forget my man Oliver Miller.
Oh yeah,
we
brought Oliver Miller up.
When I seen Oliver Miller when he played for the Timberwolves, I looked at him and I said, "Listen, man." I just looked at him.
We played together in Dallas.
I said, "Bro, how are you in the NBA? How?"
Them long arms. But then he had all them tape on his hands, elbow pad. He just looked like hot garbage. Long t-shirt. He looked like booty in his uniform. But then the NFL dudes, let me see, man.
I knew your former teammates stand out.
I'm thinking, man. Just let me think. Oh, I would say we had a tight end. Oh, this is one. Yeah. Bobby, I used to call him Boucher Collins. Let me tell you something.
Bobby Boucher?
Yeah. Bobby Collins. And if you look at it, he was in our draft class. My man.
That's a good H2.
Strict. He was 6'4.5", 245, 50 pounds, and had a look at them dudes. Come on, Strict. Look at that. Look, they bopping too. Look at he's riding dirty out there, boy. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead. I see you packed in the back too. Yes, sir. Bobby Collins had a Uncle Elroy beer belly. I'm telling you. And the thing is, this is when the bod pods came out.
You
for Body
can do
Fat.
it.
And he would get in there and he knew how to breathe. He knew how to breathe a certain way. and he would come out, he'd get out of there.
He like,
no, you had to when you get in this bod pod thing for your body fat, you have to they put this thing in your mouth. You tripping, dude. And he would come out with like 5% body fat. He knew how to trick the system. Built bad. They told him he had too much estrogen. Bruce Smith said, "Man, you got too much estrogen in your body because he had man boobs, right? But he had a big old stomach."
Yeah.
They're like, "Dang, Bobby, what we used to mess with you in the second trimester?"
Dang.
Yeah, man. But let me tell you something.
But he hit you.
He'd smoke you on a. Now he didn't know where he was going, but he knew when it was a seam route. He gonna eat up cover too. He might not catch it. But he's gonna be up on that stage. Yeah, he's gonna be up, and he eat. And the best thing,
literally, ate the cover too.
So we got through our first year, and then we were in the playoffs. And so we kind of all lived in these like townhouse development, one over here, there. So we was like, Bobby, what he always had some funny stories. So what'd you do last night? He's like, man, and he always had a big old dip in his mouth. He's like, what's up, Jay Foreman? So I said, what'd you do last night? He's like, man, I just sat back with my gal and had some champagne. I do. Hey, you talk about Thurman Thomas, you talking about Hall of Famers, Thurman Thomas, Bruce Smith, Andre Reed, Ted Washington. They all was like, did you hear that in that locker room? Clowned him for a whole week straight.
Wow.
Bobby Collins. That's the worst body, but the best athlete, though.
You might have to go with me this year, man, when we go back out to good old Pennsylvania to Andre Reed's golf tournament. I might have to put you on. You might have to go on with me.
Andre Reed is one of the first athletes I
played in his golf tournament.
Yeah.
I didn't get to go last year, but
yeah, he talks in the third person.
Yeah.
Andre's like Ricky?
Yeah, yeah. He talks in the third, he hype man. I'm like, dang, dog, you that old, you got hype all the time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of energy.
Yeah,
he good dude.
He good dude.
Good family too. I love it.
Kutztown, Pennsylvania. Andre Reed.
What's it called? No, what's it?
He went to Kutztown.
No. They had some trouble just recently there.
He went to
Allentown.
Allentown.
That's where it's at.
He's from Allentown, but his school.
The school he went to. Okay.
Yeah.
But he's from Allentown.
Small school. Yeah. But he was cold blooded though.
Yeah.
Cold blooded.
What's coming up on old school?
Yeah. What's happening?
Seattle made their move. That's questionable at best. For you Kansas City fans, I'm gonna give you guys. You a Kansas City fan? Okay, so everybody on the text line, I want you to listen to this on the way home. I know you guys think you guys have the market cornered on the dynasty. I'm gonna tell you how lucky you are to be where you're at right now. Okay, so just because you think Andy Reid has it, Andy Reid's lucky. The city of Kansas City's lucky. The owners are lucky, and all you fans are lucky. I'm gonna tell you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start old school off with this. I'm gonna drop some knowledge. How close?
Get your popcorn.
One decision they were from away to be in the bottom of the barrel.
Whoa!
One decision.
Get your popcorn.
I gotta hear that.
Yeah.
Butter it up.
One decision.
Tune in.
Yeah.
Jay Foreman's going in.
But I still think they're gonna win.
Swifties.
No. We're gonna fight.
Swifties.
Niner gang. Come on, Trent Williams. Come on.
Jay Foreman.
Save
GP,
America, Brock Purdy. Save America.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And we'd like to say thank you for a record-setting 2023. So let's start off 2024 with the bang. They've got huge trade-in bonuses and finance bonusing happening right now on our new inventory at Koppel. Get up to $8,500 off select new models at Koppel. So if you're shopping for a new GM product, go to our website at koppelcars.com. You won't believe the discounts. Make that short money-saving drive down 144th Street. You'll be glad you did. Must have trade and finance with roof credit. Stock number G207684.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Be a memory for your grandchildren. Among Nebraska adults age 65 or older, 47% report current alcohol use. Drinking too much can cause harm to children, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, you will still be around for your grandchildren. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat
988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's not just the big game everyone looks forward to, it's the food. If you're hosting a super party, let Hog Wild Pit Barbecue do the cooking so you can cheer on your favorite team. Slow smoked ribs, beef brisket, pulled pork,